What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, T Magic, with those fantasy fools, back once again with the Play Now Online tips. Today, we're going with Tier 1, and we're going to be using my favorite team in the entire league, those Los Angeles Lakers, baby. And don't play me, I'm not a fair weather fan. I've been with the Lakers since day one. I'm talking when we had Kwame Brown, Smush Parker, not just on the team, but them boys were starting. So you know I'm a true fan now. Alright, let's get this thing started now. As we see Ben Simmons getting the quick dunk. But with the Lakers, it's all about pace. You don't want to be getting bogged down in a half-court game because that's not where their strength lies. Their strength lies in the open court and getting easy buckets with their playmakers. And that's exactly what you're going to be seeing me do here. You got Lonzo Ball, he gets the rebound, and we're off and running. And only one man back, and we hit JaVale McGee with the lob. And that's exactly how you want to be playing with the Lakers. Quick, especially off of the rebound, off the bounce. And then in the half court, you want to be going to LeBron. And let me repeat that one more time. Your offense in the half court should be ran almost exclusively through LeBron. Now when you get to run, this is where you let the other guy shine. Lonzo, wide open three, he can knock that down. He's not a consistent enough shooter for you to be pulling up off of a screen or doing any type of moves to free up space and then taking three. But when he's wide open, those are the ones that you want to be taking. Those are the ones that he'll hit with some regularity. Here we are in the half court again. I'm running, again, plays for LeBron to try to get a shot off. Because these other guys aren't going to be as consistent with their scoring. I could have hit JaVale McGee, but I didn't force it because Embiid was right there. And here we are, going to LeBron, making tough shots. And that's what he brings to the team. Last year, the Lakers, didn't have that. We didn't have a guy that can just get buckets in the half court when things get tough. So we relied a lot on getting down to the open floor and get our points that way. And here you're going to see another good example of that. We're going to call a play for LeBron hitting the L1, the square, and pick and roll. And going back to my last video, it's always better to call a pick and roll play than it is just to hit the L1 button. And that's because all the actions beforehand. You get actions away from the ball, and then look at this. We get a wide open three. And that happened because of the actions before the pick and roll actually occurred. There was a dribble handoff from Kyle Kuzma to LeBron, and then while that was happening, JaVale McGee ran to the baseline before coming back up and setting the screen for LeBron as he got the dribble handoff, which led to that wide open three that you saw there. So whenever possible, run plays. Even if you want to shoot threes, run a three-point play. Just don't shoot threes in people's faces. You want to run pick and roll, call a pick and roll play. It results in much better shots. Here we're in the half court again, and I called a play. Look, this play was designed for LeBron, and he had good post position on Simmons, but at the same time I saw Kuzma was coming off the down screen, and he got a decent look at three. Kuzma's kind of a chucker, but he'll knock those down. He's probably the best three-point shooter on the team outside of LeBron. And you see on this other end, he's not running any offense, so he's getting a lot of congestion. Guys are running into the same spots, and it's easy to defend because you have guys all around everywhere he's going because they're not spaced out properly. And look at that tough shot compared to what we just got on the other end. And Lakers were running, and we draw on the foul just because we got out and ran. And we have to remember that taking a really bad shot can be just as bad as having a turnover. So whenever you are playing on offense, you want to be making sure you're taking good shots so that you're limiting your opponent's fast break opportunities. On that last play, I noticed that Ben Simmons has 10 of his team's 12 points. So I just put LeBron on him. With the elite defenders in the game, I leave them on their own. The LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Smart. I let those guys play defense without using them because look at this. Good block from LeBron after Simmons has been killing us this entire game. My opponent made a poor steal attempt way at the half court, which led to easy bucket from Michael Beasley. And you want to be careful with the ball whenever you can. You always want to be protecting the ball. Make bounce passes. I feel like the bounce passes might be the way to go this year because of the steals. And I'm not complaining about the steals. I think that is real basketball. We just have to adjust because for years we've been able to pretty much get away with dribbling any type of way in front of people. We've been able to make cross-court passes, and this year they're cleaning that up. So you have to be smart in your passing, you have to be smart in your dribbling, and make better decisions with the ball. As we see Josh Hart here get the open three. I'm really excited about seeing him play this year. MVP of the Summer League, I should say. And this Sixers team really struggles to score. Except right there, he hits the three, and you're going to see me call a timeout. Now, I call that timeout, I think it's crucial. I don't think enough people do it. Whenever you see them make a couple baskets in a row, call timeout. What you don't want them doing is going on a run of 6 to 8 points. Remember, we're playing 5-minute quarters, a 20-minute game. Them scoring 6 to 8 points could be the difference in the game. So what you want to do is call timeout to kind of stop their run before it gets going. And even more so when you're up. I feel like half of my losses have come from the Warriors. The other half have come from when I've been up 10 to 12 points going into the fourth quarter, and they're making a run, and I don't call timeout because I feel, or I've gotten way too comfortable in the game. And I'm like, how did I end up losing that game? And I think that's why. You got to call timeout to stop their runs. Another bad three-point attempt because the guy is not running any type of offense. He doesn't really look like he has any type of direction. And then here I actually just kind of lost track of the time. But you see, since we made our adjustments, we were able to extend our lead out, put LeBron on Simmons to kind of shut that down because that's who he was going. In the beginning of the game, you always want to just be kind of scouting your opponent and then making adjustments as you go. And you see my field goal percentage versus his field goal percentage, and that's because of the shots we're taking. LeBron only has 7 points, most of those coming in the half court because that's my go-to guy in the half court. The rest of the time, I'm spreading the ball around, using all of my playmakers, this young athletic core. 1 through 4, the Lakers have guys that can rebound and bring the ball up the court. 1 through 4. And that presents a pretty big advantage for them because you're not having to pass it out.
Los Angeles leading by 9.
Because that's where a lot of the guys you see them trying to get steals is in the backcourt. Here, a bad steal attempt by him leads to the jam from LeBron. That's bad defense. But with the Lakers, you can bring the ball up with almost everybody except for the center. So take advantage of that. Don't worry about passing. It'll cut down on your turnovers in the backcourt when you got somebody that's still spamming in the backcourt. And then while they're still spamming, it also helps you because now you're running down the court and you end up with 4-on-3 fast break, a 3-on-2 fast break. See, right there I tried to run, and just because you're running doesn't mean you have to try to put up a shot every time down the court. If you don't have it, take it out and reset. Here we get the ball inside to Rondo. We're patient. We move the ball around to get Kyle Kuzma wide open for the jump shot. And there you see how much being patient can help you offensively. So that's just good offense. Be patient. Don't take bad shots. Right there I could have forced it up with Rondo, but instead I waited it out and we got a wide open shot from Kuzma. You see how much of a difference that made. See, right there, that was good. That was actually probably one of his better plays so far this game. He gave the ball inside to Embiid, which got him an open shot for Covington, but he hasn't been doing enough of that. I think Embiid up to this point had like 3 shots maybe in the entire game, which doesn't make any sense because Simmons is being shut down by LeBron at this point. So it should be all on Embiid, but this guy hasn't really been doing that. Instead, we're getting him trying to beat LeBron off the dribble and forcing up contested threes. That's bad offense. Here, we're going to see what I was talking about earlier with the Lakers' ability to bring the ball up the court 1 through 4. He's in the backcourt trying to get steals because he assumes that I'm going to pass it to somebody, but I don't have to with this team. We're going to go to my man LeBron here in the half court. When inbounding, I like to take control of the inbounder so they don't know where the ball is going. It feels like when they see you running around and your icon under a certain player, they key in on that guy and try to get steals. So you can avoid that by taking control of the inbounder. And you can still icon pass from being in the inbounder, and you can still directional pass. We got Embiid just setting screens instead of being down there in the post. Now look at this. He got the offensive rebound, and he was right under the basket. And instead of taking that shot, he takes a three that's semi-contested when he's a 30% three-point shooter. That's not good offense. If you're using the Sixers, please get the ball to Embiid in the post. He's a beast. There's not too many players that can stop him. Certainly not on the Lakers. I should have gave LeBron the ball earlier right there and just assumed that they were going to play that a little bit differently, and I ended up passing it to him late. But you see, we're still going into the fourth quarter with a 17-point lead. Here, I just called a smart play, but even though I called a smart play, you see that the computer's like, let's go to LeBron, because they recognize that Sarge is guarding LeBron, and that's where our biggest advantage lies. They called isolation play, and we get the easiest two of the entire game. So if you're not sure about who to go to on offense, or you're not sure about a team's playbook because you're playing with a different team maybe, just call a smart play. The computer does a pretty good job, I think, of finding your biggest advantage. See, that's what he should have been doing this entire game, going to Embiid. That's his first bucket of the game, which is crazy, especially when LeBron is covering Ben Simmons. That's not good offense on his part. He's been shooting threes with Embiid more than anything else, and he's been nothing more than a glorified screen setter. That's not good offense when using the Sixers. These Sixers, you don't really have to worry about their shooting. I think McConnell and JJ Redick are the only ones you really have to worry about killing you from downtown and pressing up on. And that's why you don't stay in the backcourt trying to get steals. At least the easy buckets on the other end. And if you see them doing that, push the ball down the court and it'll more than likely end up in an easy shot for you. But the Sixers, they don't really shoot that well. You see Fultz, he's not a great shooter. He had that busted up shoulder or elbow or something last year. He can't shoot that well. Simmons can't shoot that well. The only shooters you really have to worry about, JJ Redick and Covington, and to some extent Mitch McConnell. TJ McConnell.
And at last they get one to fall.
Otherwise, you really don't have to worry about their shooting. So don't let them try to bite you into thinking they're going to shoot a three when they have Markelle Fultz. Just let them do it. Like another three, ugly miss, and we're gone. He tries to bring a double team away from the basket. Again, 30 feet double teams are not good, at least to the easiest shots. And with that, you're going to see this guy time out, and we get the dub after being up 24 points. So if you like this video or found it helpful, please comment, like, subscribe. We'll be bringing more content like this with the Play Now online tips and different strategies for different teams and the players that you'll be going against online. I'll also be trying to get around to doing all 30 teams. That's my goal, with some classic teams sprinkled in. With that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. This has been your boy T Magic with those fantasy fools, and we're out, man. Peace.